Hey everybody, Mighty Plantain coming at you with another beer review. Got a little something interesting this week. Before we really get into it, hit me up down below, like and share, and if you subscribe, you'll get a notification every time that I post one of these new videos. Hopefully you'll learn something and find some value in them. So I said we had something special, and I believe this is pronounced Toklo. It's from BrewDog. It's actually an imperial stout brewed with jasmine and cranberries, and then dry hopped and aged over French toasted oak chips. Now, this one comes in at about 18.2% alcohol by volume, which actually makes it the second strongest beer I've ever experienced. I don't count the Sam Adams Utopias in there because they actually use distillation to achieve the high alcohol by volume in there. And number one would actually be Dogfish Head's 120-minute IPA, which comes in, it varies from year to year, but typically over 20%. So I don't know if there was any distillation or any special process used to bump up the ABV in this. They don't mention that on the label, and I haven't had a chance to really look into it because the brewery's new to me. So, with this being an imperial stout, I'm expecting that nice heavy malty flavor to it. They use specialty malts, they said. Then with the dry hopping, I'm expecting a good hop characteristic. It'll be interesting to see what the aging over the oak chips does, in addition to the jasmine and cranberry in the brew. That is nice and dark, and I'm not putting a really good head on it, which seems to be a common problem for me. But there's a little bit of a one there. But just in looking at the little bit of foam that's coming up, it's very dark, so I can see that this is going to be a very thick, heavy beer. A little bit of fruitiness in there, maybe some citrus from the hops. Not getting a whole lot of aroma off of there. I mean, it is a stout, so a lot of those are going to be those characteristics that you typically find in the aroma are going to be downplayed. It's quite smooth, honestly, surprisingly so. Most Imperials are a bit harsh, but this one is going down really easy. I mean, it's obviously got that heavy taste to it for the high ABV, but the cranberries are there. A bit of the jasmine is really coming through. Not getting a lot of the toasty notes until now, and I took that sip a little while ago. But I think it's the more I'm speaking, the more air is moving over my palate. That's actually bringing that out. That is really good. More of the fruity taste is coming in as I drink more of it. And those toasty notes from the aging of the oak chips are really coming through now. It's actually really good and surprisingly well-rounded for a beer with such a high alcohol content. And I find that imperial stouts, when they try to mix them up and do the fruity taste or dry hop them, or do anything really creative with them, it tends to take away from the overall beer experience. But this one's really well balanced. I'm not getting a lot of hoppiness out of it, though. Maybe a little bit in the aroma. Not a huge amount in the taste, unless it's kind of blending in with those fruit flavors from the cranberry, or being overshadowed by that jasmine taste. Just for that reason that I'm not really picking up a lot of the hop characteristic. If that came in and really blended with the other flavors, I think I'd give this full marks at a 5 out of 5, but I am going to rate this at a 4.5 out of 5. And it's very good, and you should check it out. Be very careful at 18.2%. You probably get drunk off this faster than you realize it. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Check it out for yourself and let us know what you see, how you feel. Hit me up down below in the comments or with the email link if you have a beer you want to see reviewed, especially if it's something that you're brewing at home. Until next time, cheers.